Hello, in this JavaScript video, I am going to show you classes. I'm not going to show you everything or the different features of classes yet. There's separate videos covering all of that. I'm going to show you a simple example. Okay, so what is a class? To begin with, that's probably the first thing that has gone through your head. So if you've heard of OOP or object-oriented programming classes, that's what it is. You have a class which allows you to sort of abstract, encapsulate properties such as variables and methods for common functionality. Maybe you have a car, for example. We will actually use that. And then I'll have properties maybe like position, speed, and then you'll have methods to maybe move the car, to even destroy the car, let's say if it's a game. And then you would create an object of said class. And if you go back to the videos where we actually covered objects, all of those objects were classes in some form already built in. We're going to create our own now, and you can add whatever functionality you want, and we can just create as many as we want. So if we have this amazing car class that has, I don't know, 546 lines of code, you don't have to duplicate those 546 lines every single time. You want to create a new car, you just create a new object. It inherits all of that, all of the properties of that class, and you can just use it. So it's really cool. So let's just dive into it. And the first thing you want to do is use the keyword class. Then you want to name your class. So I'm going to say car, and then put curly braces. And in here, we need something called a constructor. So this is a method, and this method is actually run when you first create the object. So if I just do a console.log, and I'll just say this is the Sid. I think that's Chinese for 10. So yeah. So this is the constructor. And let's expand this a bit. And to create an object of this, you just literally do like var, name your object. So let's just say call it car obj equals new, the name of the actual class that you're using. And now if I run it, it says this is a constructor. But if I were to comment this out, this is a constructor does not get printed out in the console. And that's because even though we haven't specifically called this method, when we create an object of it, it calls the constructor. And technically these brackets here, that's what is calling the constructor. So in a way we have called it, but we haven't done something like dot constructor or anything. It's just the first thing that is called. So any setup of the class that you need to do it in the constructor. So this is a very basic example. Let me add another. Now, actually, I'm going to keep that for a separate video. Functions. One thing I also want to show you: a constructor, just like normal functions, can take variables. So if I say x comma y, so these are the variable names, and maybe I print them out. So I just say console.log, and I say the x position is x and y position is y. But now if we run it, what happens? We get undefined, and the reason for that is because we haven't actually passed any values in. We need to make sure we pass them in. So let's say this starting position is 56, 78. There shouldn't be a comma at the start. I made a mistake there. Sorry about that. And if I reload, those values get passed in. So that's pretty cool. And you can, obviously store those values in variables as well. I'm going to cover variables inside of a class in a whole nother video. So feel free to take a look at that. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.